Hello. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how long I'll be going today because my sole focus for today is just to add the hair. While I was on the starting soon screen, what I did was I made both this and this. It was just a big lock of hair versus a single strand over here. And we're gonna try and see if we can't make it work. So without further ado, I suppose we should just get started. I was thinking, my plan for this was to just add a curve, and then we'll kind of put this vertex kind of up here on the head like this, and then the other vertex sort of there. And then we'll just kind of make it hair shaped. I don't know how well this is going to work, which is why I'm a little nervous. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna see how this is gonna work here. So I just got to adjust this curve here so that it makes more sense. So hair usually starts from like the side of the head here, so like something like that. And I want him to kind of have bangs that sort of swoop down here and go like over his eye and over his nose like that. So we'll just kind of see if we can make that happen. I will just rotate that just so it makes a bit more sense, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. Let's kind of see how it do. So that's a pretty decent looking curve, I think. Maybe could be better though. Let's see. If I just rotate you downwards like that, that might help out a little bit. So let's just go ahead and take our single strand, and then let's just go ahead and give it the curve modifier, and then let's just see how it works. And really we have to change some settings here. So it's, let's see. That's kind of how I want it, except the other way. So we got to come in our curve, and we got to come to object. Let's see, it's around here somewhere. I just forget exactly where. Maybe if I have to go to edit mode, go to curve. Let's see. Control points. I need to make the switch direction. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. So we can just kind of have this like that, and then let's go ahead and shrink it so that it makes a bit more sense. Now, how are we looking here? Now, I can remake this hair object if it's not looking exactly the way that I want to, but let's see. Maybe I'm just not liking it because of the material. Maybe it's just, I mean, it is a bit too shiny. So, if I just, let's see, if I turn down the specular, okay, yeah. But not too much. I want it to still be a bit shiny, and then let's not make the roughness all the way up. Alright, so, I mean, that's one strand of hair done. So that's good. I'm just gonna kind of block in the shape. So, I suppose I'll just, let's see. Good morning, Cole. I don't know who Boris Johnson is. Who in the heck is Boris Johnson? Do you want to tell me on stream? Also, where is my... Oh, I hid my curve. That's probably why. So basically now my plan is I'm just going to duplicate this curve and then just sort of reposition it as I go in a way that makes sense. No, I don't understand European politics. Namely, probably because I'm not from Europe. That's probably one of the main reasons. If I had to wager a guess. Also, whoa, there we go. So obviously this is going to be a bit of a hassle, but that's what doing hair is all about. Hair is just going to be a hassle. As a matter of fact, I should probably... let's see. I should do this. This, I mean. And then I'll change some settings for that in a sec. My face when Pat doesn't know politics, it's true. How could someone who is clearly a gamer not know anything about politics? That's truly, we live in a sad world. So I'm just gonna make a new collection called hair and then just kind of stick everything in there. There we go. All right. Now, why are you acting weird? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Alright, let's see. I'm just working on the hair. And like, that's basically it. And then, once I'm done doing this, also... Okay, there we go. That's the direction I wanted to move in, I think. Listen, I'm just experimenting when it comes to the hair. I don't have a definitive way of doing this. I might want to do this a completely different way eventually, but so far I got one curve done, but this second curve just ain't working out. I'm giving him kind of downward spiky anime hair, so it's like it kind of swoops down over the middle of his face and maybe goes over his eyes a little bit as it just kind of spikes down. It's not gonna be like it's gonna behave like normal hair would, but it's gonna be just a little bit anime, just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. That is if I could get these gosh darn curves correct. That is the question. So if I can probably make this a little bit bigger, so that's just probably what I'm gonna do. It's just anime enough, but not too anime. We don't want an overabundance on the anime. Cause then I'd just be turning them into a weeaboo, and we don't take kindly to those around these parts. All right. Also, I think my problem was I had the mirror modifier going, but I was still adjusting it on the x-axis, which was kind of making it do a little bit of this, which is not what we want. So I'm just gonna give this another try with the curve here. I'm gonna make the strands a little bit bigger so I don't have as much to worry about. I'm gonna give them like 2 swoops down here, and then maybe like 1 swoop over in this direction, and then we'll just kind of see what happens. We'll just figure it out. So yeah, from this angle already, with the 1 single hair swoop, he already looks incredibly emo. It's amazing just what one single hair strand can do to a boy. All right, let's try that, and then I want this to be controlled by this curve. All right, see, that's the thing. Why is it going over there? All right, why are you being offset over there? And then you are in this direction, which is like, it's fine. You're normal. Do I have to apply all transforms and then do that for this one? Apply all transforms. That did nothing. Neat. Cool. I love this. But you know what? I can just do it manually, like that. Okay, there we go. That's better. And then I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a twist. A little bit of a twist. There we go. I'm doing all this in object mode so that I can apply all the modifiers later. And then we'll see what happens. So, like I said, I'm just kind of giving them the sort of front swoops, the swoops that like really matter, that like you'll be able to clearly tell. And then for just all the stuff up here, I'm either going to use my big, dumb, ginormous hair strand, or I'm just gonna paint the head to match the hair color. There's actually a really funny picture of Sora, but they just removed his hair, and he's not completely bald. Like, it's not this like skin texture on the top of his head. It's just literally like they painted his head to be the hair color so that they could put the hair on top of it, so that underneath the hair you could still see the hair color, which is a genuine, you know, tactic for designing the hair. It just looks really funny when you take the hair away. So maybe I'll pull that up in a sec. But yeah, we got two swoops going over there, and then I was thinking maybe a swoop that goes down on the other side here. And these are all kind of be in the middle like that. So how hair usually works is it's always parted on two sides. It's either on the left half or the right half, and then you kind of got hair that comes down in the back, kind of back here, but it's still kind of like parted in the middle, at least as far as I know. I don't know much about hair, but listen, I'm just doing my best, trying to make this sweet little anime boy we got here. All right, so I'm just gonna duplicate that and then just bring it over here. All right, that lined up pretty well. Let's give it a twist. There we go. And then just sort of bring it closer. Okay, sort of bring it closer. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. We gotta give it a bit more of a twist. We just gotta, there we go. Just like that. There we go. And it can stick out from the head a little bit as a treat. There we go. Just sort of make a bit more sense, which it currently does not. Might have to give the curve another subdivision, so that I can take this point and just kind of swoop it in this direction. Something like this, perhaps. maybe a little bit like that, maybe. And it doesn't matter too much if it's a little messy, because once we add the actual hair texture, then it should work a little bit better. But you know what? Let's actually make it still rotate in this direction. It's just gonna kind of swoop. We'll just get rid of these for a sec. It's just gonna kind of swoop in that direction, sort of. So let's just try that. Looks fine. Looks all right. We do need just the one more strand, I think, to go here in order to fill in this sort of area right here. So I suppose we'll just give that a try by just taking this curve and then let's just dissolve that segment there, because we might not need it. And then let's get a swoop going just like way over here. And then this could be like the first swoop. Oh my god, dude, you're so funny. You're so hilarious. Oh my god, you totally beamed me. I can't believe I just got beamed so hard. I can't believe this. My career and my life is over at this current moment. Anyway, hello Wiljo, welcome. I'm trying my best with the hair, but I might change it later. I don't know. I'm just kind of blocking it in. And I mean, if it looks good, then it looks good, and then I won't change it, but we're just kind of experimenting here. Now, the way I've seen people do hair is they just have a single strand that they duplicate a whole bunch, and then they just kind of mark in where the important swoops are as it goes back. And I also have this big hair strand that I'm gonna use to like fill in the broader spaces of the head where you can't really see any like major spikes going on. But yeah, that's for right now, that's the plan. And I'm just kind of doing my best. The hair is always a tricky thing to like nail down for me. For other models that I've done the hair in like different ways, and I'm never satisfied with like how it looks in the end. So hopefully I'll be able to get something good out of this. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We will surely see. There we go, something like that. And you know what? I might want to... That's gonna be the first strand that's gonna go over the eye, but like the way the vertices are lined up, it's kind of like there's more vertices up near the edges here, and then it gets broader as it goes down the middle, which kind of distorts it a little bit, which I'm not sure if I like that. So let me see if I can make a better hair strand here. The way I did it, I just took a plane, just kind of shrunk it a wee bit, and then let's see. Gonna do that, and then how am I gonna do this? I'm just gonna give it all these subdivisions. By 9 to be exact, because that's how many I had last time. And then, you know what? I'll just do this. I'll just come in here, and then I might want to turn on clipping first. I'm thinking of doing it a little bit more realistic. I want to see if I can just sorta, and also I can drag this bottom vertice down. Just like that, just to give it its point. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I just want to see if I can put a hair texture on this that's just a bunch of like strands, and then we'll see how that looks. But yeah, I'm going for a little bit more like realistic shading, kinda. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this the material, and then let's go ahead and start putting these back on the curves. Let's see what it looks like. Oops, that looks a bit weird. There we go. Okay, it's definitely not distorting as much, which is, I like that. There we go. Oops. Also, I still haven't done the thing with the Ethernet cable. I'm just kind of blocking in the color right now. Eventually I'll put a texture on it. But yeah, I still haven't done the thing with the Ethernet cable yet, so I apologize if the stream's still a little choppy. But yeah. Right, yeah, that looks so much better. Okay. Now I'll just kind of put everything back in here. Let's see, yep, there we go. That's what I want. And then we'll just kind of bring in all our curves. We need to give this one a bit of a twist. The pre-Twitch Cole long hair, it's true. Alright, just gotta bring this in like that, and then, oops, there we go, give it a twist. Alright, now that it's not distorting as much, I might want to see if I can... Also, that's not good. Okay, there we go. I might want to see if I can adjust the shape of some of these curves. Because it's definitely looking a little bit lackluster right now. Probably, especially this curve. This curve's what I'm having a problem with currently at this moment. Actually, I could probably just dissolve that. And then kind of take this point here and then just, there we go. That's better. He's a little bit of an emo fella. No, he's actually more of a shy fella. He's a little bit introverted, a little bit of a gamer, and he just kind of keeps his hair down, a little messy. That's kind of the only lore there's gonna be as far as the hair goes. But yeah, there we go. And then I could probably make all of these a bit bigger. Kinda. Okay, why is it not affecting all of them? Let's see. Okay. How does that look? Already not the biggest fan. I think it's mainly because I had to twist some of them that, like, it's the main reason. So I'll probably have to go through these one by one here. There we go. That's better. Just want to make them a little bigger. Just, there we go. If I can't scale it on the X, then I'll have to try scaling it on the Y just to see if that works. And already these strands are looking much better. This strand is kind of curving a little weird. So I'll just kind of, oh boy, hello. You know what? Instead of twisting the actual mesh, I'm just gonna come in here and come into edit mode. And then I'm just gonna sort of take this one that I twisted and then just sort of, oh boy, which one was that? Which one did I twist? It was this one. Just sort of twist it back best as I can. And then instead of twisting the hair strands, twist the curve. There we go. That way, if I ever want to adjust the way the hair is shaped, I can just do it all at once and I don't have to worry about. So it's like that. There we go. Something like that. Alright. 1 second, I just have to reposition my camera here. There we go. I just got to adjust the shape of this curve now again. Just doing this one at a time. One single hair strand at a time. There we go. Come on now. I also think I might want to... Actually, no, this is working. There we go. I'll just kind of bring this in a little more. Okay, so we got the front swoops. Front swoops are down. We got front swoops. Now, let's start working on bigger in front of the eye swoops. I'm just gonna take all of these because I'm noticing they're a little bit blocky, and then just shade smooth. Did that work for all of them? Yes, it did. Also, I could probably be working... Actually, no, I like the textured view. I like the textured view a little bit better because I could see it in context with how it comes over the skin and whatnot. So I'll just give that a try. So we're gonna have a big ol' eye swoop that just comes over here. It's not too big, but I want this to be pretty wide. So we'll have it start there, and then we'll have it come down over the eye. Just sort of like that. And then maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll be a thing. So he's gonna have like either 2 or 3 swoops that kind of go over his eye a little bit. But I mean, I still want the eye to be visible. So it's not gonna be that much. Gonna kind of, I don't know, maybe come over here a little bit. Let me add the actual mesh so that I can judge it for myself. So we'll just kind of do that. There we go. All right, now let's see. How am I gonna do this? I think I want to bring this curve down a little bit, kind of like right here maybe. And then I might want to shrink the actual mesh of the hair. Like I said, I want this hair to be... Get rid of all these real quick. I want this hair to be short but wide. Is kind of the goal here. So I'll just go ahead and shrink that down, and then just make it a bit wider. Also, are we twisting here? We are. Let's go ahead and do that so that I can adjust it on that angle. And then this needs to be twisted like that. Okay, I think we're good. Now I just gotta reapply these modifiers. Okay, we're good. There we go. And then when we come up here, we just gotta twist the actual curves. So, my camera keeps getting misaligned. So we gotta come into edit mode and then just twist. There we go. That's better. He kind of has a creepy hand on his face. It's just kind of coming down over his face like that. Yeah, I can see it. Can definitely see that. All right. So this curve, I'm kind of having a little bit of trouble with. Let's see. I wonder if we start it here, and then now we'll start it higher up, and then it should just like, in theory at least, come down kind of like maybe like here. Drawing hair is always the hardest part of drawing characters. Yeah. It's like, because when I drew the hair for the reference sheet, I just kind of did it in a way I thought made sense for like sort of kind of anime spiky hair. But I mean, it's not perfect. Basically all I know is I want to have, you know, swoops going down the middle of his face here, and then some sort of eye swoops, and then I know for sure that I want it to kind of just hang down in the back without it like coming out or anything. But like, especially in 3D, just having to set the hair in that specific way that you want it is not easy, and I always have trouble doing the hair in 3D. And I always like either have different techniques or do it in different ways, and it's like none of it's ever like that satisfying to me. So like I said, I don't know if maybe eventually I might want to do this in a different way in the future or what, but I'm just kind of experimenting, at least blocking it in, sorta. That's just the plan. So I'll just, I don't know, maybe do something like that. That looks better. Definitely looks a little better. We are gonna kind of have to, because right now we're sort of entering the side of the head territory here. So we do gotta kind of curve it in this direction here. So maybe we'll do something like that, maybe. There we go. Still kind of in front of the eye like that. You can still clearly see the eye, which is good. Maybe we can shrink this a little bit. Hair doesn't start looking like hair until you're almost done. I think that's one of the hardest parts about doing this, is because you really don't know if it's gonna look good until you're almost done. And then sometimes it doesn't look good, and then you're either doing all these like nitpicky adjustments, or you just gotta kind of start over. Which is why hair has always been such a tough thing. But I mean, so far it's not bad. And like I was saying earlier, once I actually have my hair texture, it's gonna kind of look like he's balding, like with just a few hair strands and then like nothing underneath to like really give him that hair fullness. So what I'll do is I'll paint a hair texture like color on the actual head itself, so that even if you're looking through the transparent part of the hair, shout out to Male Pattern Baldness, yo, that's me. That's like actually me in real life. If you saw the Lego stream that we did for Thanksgiving a couple months ago, yeah, that's me. But yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna actually paint the hair, or the head, the hair color. And then you'll be able to see it from underneath. Alright, there we go. Beautiful, looking good. I'll just kind of place that right there. There we go. Now we do gotta kind of twist the curve a little bit, so we'll just do that. There we go. All right. And then maybe this sort of eye swoop can just sort of connect to the other one here, kind of like that. So far, I'm not balding, but I could see it being a big insecurity if it were to happen, yeah. So I used to have like crazy long hair that would go down to my shoulders. Because I'm like, I wanted to, you know, me in middle school, I'm like, I want to be different. I want to be the only guy in middle school that has long hair. And then if I wasn't known as the loser who sits alone at lunch who plays video games all day, I was known as the guy who had long hair. And it was a character defining trait for me in high school until typical Kingdom Hearts fan hair. No, it literally like hung down, almost went past my shoulders to like the middle of my back sort of area. And then I started losing my hair, and I don't think it wasn't because I had long hair that I started losing it. It was because I think just male pattern baldness just runs in my family. I know my dad had it. I don't know much about my dad, but if there's one thing I know is that he had male pattern baldness, and maybe I got it from him. So yeah, that's my life story. I ended up just doing a full shave on it and then just kind of embracing it. Just being like, ah well, if I'm not gonna have hair in the middle part of my head, I'm just not gonna have hair at all. And honestly, it feels so much more freeing. Like, yeah, based. It feels so much more freeing, so much more comfortable. And like, you know, taking showers has never been easier. It's an absolute fact. Some say I may look like George Costanza, but I say, screw it. If I need to work for the Yankees, I will. Yeah, I escaped the hair matrix, it's true. Alright, we kind of got a swoop going over here. Kind of bring this forward. And we gotta, oh yeah, we definitely gotta give this a bit of a twist. So we'll go ahead and just do that. There we go. That's better. There we go. It's still got to be twisted a little bit. Count for the fact that it's on this side of the head here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Looks good. And then another thing too is I can probably, to fill in like this little area, excuse me, fill in this little area here, I'll probably take that big, ginormous hair strand that I have and then just like shrink it down a lot and then just kind of fill it in here. I'm thinking for this side of the head, I'll kind of be a bit more broader with the hair swoops. Just so that, there we go. Just so that I could focus more on that and then focus less on being too like perfect with it. So I'm thinking it's a bit more straight down in this side. Okay, you know what? Seeing this swoop from this angle, might have to twist this a little more. Yeah, there we go, that's better. And then maybe this can just come up here a little bit more. Thinking this definitely needs to be taller. Maybe something like that. And then maybe this can come out more like that. There we go, that's better. That's better. And then all underneath here, I'm gonna have that big swoop like I mentioned earlier. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, so now I just gotta do this a little bit. It's always the hardest part, is just like trying to line it up perfectly like that. Classic Karen cut doesn't seem too hard to model. Yeah, because what is that? I mean, that's not exactly what I'm doing. It just kind of like swoops over here more, and then it's just kind of like a bowl cut in the back. Isn't that the Karen cut? Something like that. So I don't have to worry too much about what this looks like in the front, because just the way it looks in the front is it just kind of comes down on the side here. So yeah, something like that. So I don't have to be too precise with the way the side looks. So I'm thinking a hair swoop here, and then we'll have a hair swoop that comes down behind the ear. Like that. Now, the only tedious thing about doing this really is just that it's just knowing that I'm gonna have to do the exact same thing on the other side, essentially. Although I think I can, like, once I apply all the modifiers, I'm pretty sure I can just mirror it. So it shouldn't be too big of a problem. You know what? Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just take everything I made from like this hair strand all the way to the back and then just mirror it. That's probably what I'll do. That makes things so much easier. Oh boy, that's very, very offset. All right, let me really twist this curve here. There we go. Oh boy, wow. There we go. Kind of plunk that in there. There we go. So I don't really have any like big plans for what exactly I'm gonna do today. I'm just mostly gonna probably clean up the house a little bit and just get things ready to relax over the weekend. Haggis Design reminds me of a character from a DS RPG. I can't remember their name, but they're a spirit in Smash. Okay, if you remember the name, let me know. I'd love to see it. But yeah, I don't really have any crazy stories or anything interesting I'm doing today. I'm just kind of vibing today. I just woke up a couple minutes ago, and I'm just kind of going with the flow today. Work was pretty exhausting yesterday, just a lot of moving around and stuff, but that's about it. That's basically all I have as far as my life story goes. First day back in school already, you already have homework. Dude, I hate that. I hate that so much. Because That's especially like you can tell if like a teacher's like gonna be like one of those kind of teachers where it's like, all right, first day of school, you're here to learn, not to you know, get situated at all or prepare yourself in any way. So we're gonna make you do work first thing. And it's like, ugh, hate that. Hopefully it's not too hard. What's it for? Like history or history was always my toughest in terms of like school classes. I always hated history. And not because of the subject, it was just very coincidentally, history had the meanest teachers that like didn't actually want to teach. It wasn't anything to do with the subject itself, it was just the teachers. Just very interesting. Alright. Just a beginner program? Okay, I mean, at least it's not, you know, crazy challenging first thing, but you know. Just still making some broader strokes in the back here. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, I think this is really coming together. We got some pretty good strands going here. I'm thinking maybe we might only need a few more in the back here, and then we might call this good, at least for the single strands. And then we'll obviously put the bigger strands up top and where it fills in the empty spaces. For an unliked speedrun. Exactly. Dude, I'll never forget, I had this one teacher in high school that was so incredibly strict with like phone usage that even in so in our school we have like a sort of study hall period where it's like we have a separate study hall that was like in the cafeteria itself, but also yeah, I mean same, we all did. But yeah, we had this study hall that was not in the cafeteria, weirdly, but like in one of the teachers' classrooms. It was kind of like, almost like homeroom, but like it was in the middle of the day. I don't know, it's kind of weird. And my homeroom was with this teacher who was incredibly strict with phone usage to the point where like my phone was dying and it made like a jingle like to let me know that the battery's dead and that I can't turn it on anymore. And she just immediately like dead eye stares me like right in the face and it's just like, the next time I hear that thing beep, I'm taking it away from you. And I'm like, bro, my phone is dead, I can't do anything with it anymore, just calm down. Yeah, and there were other instances where like maybe sometimes I have to take notes on my phone, or like I have a project that's on my phone and it's like, out to the history teacher who told us evolution was sham because she doesn't have a tail. Did she say that? That's incredible. It's like, but monkey have tail and I don't have tail, therefore evolution doesn't exist. It's only facts. Just straight facts. She wants it to be more dead. She wants it to be even deader. But yeah, there were other instances like I was saying where, oh yeah, so for some reason they had this thing where it's like, in homeroom, if you wanted to leave the classroom, they had to check your progress report, and if you had like A's or B's in most of your classes, then you'd be allowed a pass to leave the classroom, which is like counterintuitive because most of our homework was done on the computer, which the only computer locations were in either the library or there was a few computers in the cafeteria. And it's like, you're super Christian, gotcha, that makes sense. But like, the only computers were in the cafeteria, or the library, I mean. And it's like, if I want to get A's and B's in my classes, I need to work hard on my work on the computer that you're not allowing me to do because I can't leave the class. And it's like, that was incredibly frustrating. There were a few, like maybe like 3 computers alongside one of the like inside walls or something that no one really used. We mostly just used the computers in the library. Yes, schools are a different world, dude. Exactly. All right, let's see. Almost done with this hair here. I think just this last strand should do it. And, oh, almost. Come on. There we go. Something like that. And there we go. So now what we'll go ahead and do is we'll just go ahead and, let's see. How am I gonna do this exactly? Because what I want to do is I want to take all of these and then mirror it to the other side. But at the same time, I still want to be able to adjust them in case I need it to look a little bit different. Giving an oral report about Y2K and an earthquake happened in the middle of it, really? That's crazy. Let's see, I think if I just, alright, here, I have an idea. I just select all of these, and then select all of these. We'll just go ahead and duplicate it, and then from the 3D cursor, go mirror X global. That kind of worked, except for this weird strand here. Let's see, what is this one? What is you? What is you? Okay. I'll just get rid of that, I guess. I don't know what curve it was associated with, but how fabulous is your protagonist so far? He definitely still has male pattern baldness. He's not quite fabulous yet, but we at least have an idea of where these strands are. And as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna undo the mirror real quick because I'm thinking before I do the mirror. Okay, there we go. Before I do the mirror, I'm thinking I might want to work on some of the bigger strands and sort of fill in the emptiness here. Get them the Elon hair transplants. Exactly. I'm also thinking of maybe making some of these strands a little bit longer. He's gonna have kind of long hair in the back. Maybe something like that. And then once I sort of get the bigger strands in place, then maybe after that I'll mirror it. Just so that I don't have to worry about doing it later. What's nice about these curves is that the tip of it goes in the direction of the curve. So it's curving this way and the direction is like that way. So when I move it, that's the direction it's gonna go. So it's very convenient. There we go. So now what I'll do is I'll just kind of start working on putting in those bigger strands here, and I'm thinking I'll start with this little gap in here. So I'll just kind of duplicate that and then just sort of get started. I'm gonna make these curves a little bit shorter, I think, because these are gonna be a little bit smaller. Maybe something like that. And then we'll just kind of plop it in there and see how it looks. That's the way we do things around here, I suppose. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and take this, and then we will give it that good old curve modifier. Put it here, and yep, looking good. That's hair, all right. All right, let's see. Yep, looks great. Let's go ahead and shrink this. Go ahead and move it up. And then we want a twist. We want to give this the good old-fashioned twist. Like that, perchance. There we go. That's better. Maybe like that. There we go. That's better. Maybe we can make this a bit bigger. And this needs to go on the inside of the head, so we kind of need to maybe do that a little bit. These bigger strands are definitely going to be a little bit more difficult to line up here. But yeah, and it doesn't matter too much if they're clipping into each other, because that's kind of how hair do anyway. So I'm thinking maybe something like that looks good. You ever cut your hair as a kid? Not really. I never really tried that. You did? I hated getting haircuts though. I mean, every kid hated getting haircuts, I think. But like, see, I wasn't privileged enough to be able to, because I'd see, you know, this is me growing up not being a kid anymore, but I'd see kids getting haircuts and they literally have like a small TV and they'd be watching shit like Barney or something, or Sesame Street, while they're getting their haircut, while they're like getting distracted. Me, as a kid, I was an absolute crying mess every time I had to get a haircut. Haircuts are the worst, dude, exactly. Especially since, you know, the teenage employee working at the shop is like, I don't want it to, I'm already having a stressful day, I don't want to cut some random ass kid's hair. It's gonna be crying all the dang time, and it's like, if anything, that added to me crying. But the absolute worst. So oops, there we go. A haircut entertainment is annoying men. Damn. Let's see. Oops. looking pretty good. There we go. They're low-key kind of sexist, really. I don't really have any crazy, you know, haircut stories other than the fact that every time I'd go get a haircut, I'd be an absolute crying mess. I don't even know why. It's like, well, you know what? I think one of the main reasons is just that they just kept tugging and pulling at my hair, and my dad wanted my hair to be like incredibly short because it's more masculine, I suppose. But yeah, other than that, not too crazy. There we go, almost have it. Let me just kind of bring this out just like that. There we go. Actually, I might want to make this a little bit longer because it's kind of weird with these strands here. I just kind of want to make it mesh in a little bit better. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a little bit better. As a kid, I found it spooky. As an adult, I find it annoying. Okay. I'm thinking maybe we'll put a hair strand. Oops. Back here. And then in order to fix this gap, I'll just kind of make these hair strands a little bit thicker. I'm thinking that's the way I'll do that. Almost got it. Making this kind of curve in like that a little bit more. Gotta come out a little bit. Oops. There we go. Gotta hang down a little bit like that. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm just gonna fix this before I do anything else. Just to get that looking a little better. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and duplicate that. Set it to this. And hoo boy, yeah, this needs to be crazy twisted. There we go. Something like that, I'd say. Oh, almost. There we go. Then maybe it can come a little bit lower down, kind of like that. Maybe it can. Matter of fact, yeah, he is going to be wearing headphones, and there is lore reason behind that. He's gonna have just a small sprinkle of a little anxiety, a little bit, and he's gonna wear headphones to kind of help him with that. So that's kind of another reason why I want the hair to like come down like this, is to sort of give him room to sort of have headphones over the top like that. And they're gonna be kind of like the big chunky headphones that like really stick out and go over his ears like that. The reason I modeled ears is because in the story he's gonna be able to take them off. So like every so often, like if he's inside like a house or something, he's gonna like have them around his neck, kind of like that. And then he's gonna, you know, later on, if you're just out in the field, he's gonna have them on. Twitch streamer headphones, exactly. Gamer headphones, because he's a gamer. I'm modeling a gamer. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, and then maybe eventually later, when the story gets really dramatic, maybe his headphones will get like broken or something. And then gonna have to deal with that, and it's like, oh, now it's getting really intense kind of thing. But yeah. There we go. And there we go. Honestly, this ain't looking so bad. His headphones are Kingdom Hearts, it's true. That's where the light comes from, and the darkness is the sounds of nature, I guess. That's what's causing the evil in his world. Is there's too much nature. We need a technology uprising. And then that's the story. It's the classic story of man versus nature, except man wins. And that's the story. Mono is dark, stereo is light, exactly. How it works. Alright, honestly, I'm kind of liking the way the hair's looking right now, and then every so often I'll see like if I look in here, I still see, you know, obviously there's still a little bit of skin showing here, but like I said, I'm gonna end up painting all of that. This is what I'm having kind of a main problem with right now. So I'm just gonna bring that up a little more and then make it a bit taller. Maybe like that. Yeah, that looks a bit better. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of start working on the top of the head, and then after that we will start mirroring everything. So I'm thinking starting from here is where I want to start mirroring stuff. Pretty sure, at least. I always thought games model hair like a helmet. I know some games have like one ginormous hair like mesh that you can like take off and put on, kind of like Lego hair. If that's what you're referring to. Like, I know that's literally how Sora's hair is modeled. It's just like a big hair mesh. There's not all these like individual strands. But this is more like how modern games do it. If you want more like realistic hair strands as opposed to, I mean, I'm still giving them anime hair, but just if you're looking for a bit more of like a realistic shader, then this is how they do it. As far as I know, like I said, everyone has different techniques for modeling hair, and that's why it's always hard to find a definitive way to do it. And I'm just kind of struggling to even figure out how to start with the top of the head here. So I'm just gonna, oops, don't want to select everything there. There we go. Let's just kind of get that curve in a view. Palutena's hair is just one object? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some digging on, I know there's a website called, what is it? It's just like Modeler's Resource or something. It's just a big old website where you can just download game models and then just like inspect them, look at them, load them in Blender, do whatever you want. I'm gonna have to definitely do some more digging on there, because you can learn a lot just from like looking at a model that was already made for a game and just studying it, really. So I'm thinking maybe the top of the head, it can kind of, it has a little bit more room to stick out, kind of like that. But we'll just give that a try. maybe we'll do something like that. And we'll just sort of take this piece, duplicate it, and then just put it on here, and we'll see how that looks. Oh, it needs to be really twisted. So we'll just go ahead and do that. It's more common for long or female hair, but to have it in one object or to do it in like individual strands. Because with long hair, the way I've seen people do it is they'll actually, like if, for example, you want to do like a ponytail, you probably have like one big curve in the back, and then what you do is you actually extrude the curve on all sides, so instead of like these flat strips, it's more like a tube, and then you like texture the tube with your hair, and then you kind of do it like that. With hair that just kind of lays flat on top of the head like that, you want to do it more in like strips, kind of like how I'm doing it here. I want to select the curve. Where'd the curve go? Is this the curve? That's the curve. There we go. So this is just going to kind of sit on top of the head like that. And then it'll kind of come inside the scalp a little bit like that. So this needs to just come in here and then be a little bit taller. I'm thinking kind of like that. Maybe a little bit wider as well. I don't want it to be too wide because it's not perfectly, like it's not rounded to fit the shape of the roundness of the head. I do got to be a little bit careful there. But I'm thinking like I always got to be like, I'm looking in here and I could still see the skin texture for the head, and it's like I just gotta not worry about it because I know I'm gonna be painting that later. I just gotta get it out of my system of like, it's not covered, it looks so bad, it looks so terrible. It's like, nah, it's all gonna be fixed later, it's fine. I get that out of my head. So yeah, I'm thinking this is just gonna kind of go over here. And then this will mainly cover the shape for the side of the head over here. The Bob Ross mentality, yeah. There's no mistakes. It's happy accidents. That's literally all it is. You're just putting stuff. You're just putting stuff down till it works. And then you can fix it later. No big deal. There we go. Happy little hair swoops. Just maybe this little hair swoop just lives over here, and we want him to have a little bit of a friend, so we'll just kind of give this hair swoop a little bit of a friend. There we go, something like that. And then maybe as far as this goes, maybe this is a little bit too much showing here, so I'll come back to this, but maybe I want to put like one of the single hair strands to just cover that spot right there. I'm just kind of loosely putting these spots in here. Maybe this will come back here, and then maybe this side will be covered just like that. Just over here. There we go. Beautiful. All right. See how it looks.
What would the characters be fighting? I actually, at work last night, I wanted to kind of come up with some designs for some of the enemies. So basically, the worlds are gonna have like their own sort of quote unquote darkness. I'm thinking, so the way the lore works is that each world was created by light to be able to like live separately and in peace or whatever. But I mean, obviously it's gonna be, you know, more specific than this, but there's gonna be like darkness that touched the world in like specific locations, and in order to stop it, you know, the characters, whoever was the chosen one to travel between the worlds will be able to, and obviously that's gonna be my character here, is gonna, yeah, bored at work at night's where all the inspiration happens. It's true. But yeah, whoever's the chosen one who can wield the light or whatever will be able to stop the darkness. I mean, it's classic Kingdom Hearts plot, and obviously it's going to be way more specific than that, but basically the enemies are going to kind of be people who like lived in the worlds that got like touched by darkness a little bit and like kind of turned evil, but like not too much. So it's just going to be like, it's going to be world specific basically. So there's going to be like different enemy types depending on the specific worlds, and I haven't nailed down exactly what I want the worlds to be yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there basically. And there we go. Honestly, this hair ain't looking so bad. I might want to, like I said, just cover that up a little bit, and then I don't know, maybe have one more bigger hair swoop to just kind of cover this broad area over here. So let's just give that a try. I just want to duplicate this curve here, and then let's just kind of slap you right here. Party members, family, something becoming evil for boss fight, be good drama. Dude, yeah, exactly. I took all these notes on like, because the way I want it to work is like, I don't want to just write a character to serve a specific plot function in the story and then like that's their whole personality, because I've seen a lot of games do that and it just kind of makes the character one note and like feel bland, like their only purpose is to serve this one function in your game and then like that's like their whole existence. So I even took notes on like whatever the light and the darkness is gonna be, I made them like sort of characters as well to sort of nail down what their, you know, goals and motivations are, and I'm gonna try and do that for every character in the game so that, you know, so that they all feel like characters basically, instead of just things to be like, oh, I only serve this function and no other function whatsoever. So I'm a bland and boring one-note character. The Persona 4 Evil, where they have a personality, or is it a feral sort of thing? So whatever the darkness is gonna be, it's gonna be kind of like a mindless evil, where it's like its only purpose is to just consume the world and nothing else. It's just gonna be like this vague kinda, well, not vague necessarily, but just kind of like feral, I guess. Just like its sole purpose is to just consume all the worlds. It can't think. It doesn't, you know, have a mind of its own. It just serves to do that one thing. And no one really knows. I mean, maybe I'll add a reason why the darkness is in the worlds, but no one really knows for sure. No one-note characters not being very faithful to Kingdom Hearts. Dude, exactly. I gotta step up my game. But yeah, that's kind of how I want it to be a little bit. I gotta give this a twist because I accidentally bent that in the wrong way. Like that. There we go. There we go. Now we're a little bit more curvy there. How's that look? Just kind of looks bumpy to me. I think maybe what I need to do is I need to sort of take this and just bring this in just a little bit. Maybe I gave it a little bit too much. There we go. And then maybe I can just sort of twist it a little bit this way. That's better. There we go. Beautiful. Finish the homework? Dude, hell yeah, let's go. Nice. Thinking maybe let's try and put that there. I keep futzing with it because I'm thinking like you can still see underneath where the skin is here. And I'm thinking maybe I might wanna, because I don't know what's gonna be too much and what'll be just fine, so maybe I might wanna like bring these strands up a little bit. And I'm thinking like, oh, is the player gonna notice that there's just a big ol' sharp point coming out at that end there, and I'm like, maybe I wanna fix that. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. That is not what I meant to do. I just want to, maybe if I do this, I can, okay, yeah, there we go. I just want to select the curve. I don't want to select any objects. I'm thinking maybe if I curve it like that, we can give it a little bit of a twist. And then it'll sort of align better with the way it connects to the scalp like that. While still having the other side be where I want it. I don't want to do it too much though. I don't want any pinching of the texture. Maybe something that looks a little bit like that. Looks better. And then maybe we can come over here and just kind of adjust this as well, just a little bit. Maybe my problem is I might want it to clip into the scalp a little bit. Just a little bit. Just so that it doesn't look like there's hair just like floating on top of the head. That's kind of my main concern at the moment. And then obviously I'll be able to mirror all of this when the time comes. So I'm thinking maybe I might want to sort of do that. Like I said, it doesn't matter too much if it's clipping into the scalp because, again, the scalp is going to literally be painted the hair color. And this will all have like a hair texture. So as long as it kind of gives the indication that it's coming out of the scalp, then it shouldn't be too big of an issue. 3D modeling seems so cryptic. Like, how do you know if the proportions are right? Exactly. Well, it's kind of like, as long as you, because I literally started this whole thing with a base mesh that's just kind of looked like this. And I know it's kind of hard to see. I don't even know if you're still on audio only mode or not, but you just literally block in the shape based on the exact like sort of reference you made. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Like I just used when I made the reference here, I just used the construction lines of the drawing I made to account for the proportions of the 3D body. Still an audio only prison? Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I'll try and get the Ethernet cable working eventually. I just gotta find time to actually do it. But yeah, when I made the 2D reference image, I used the construction lines just to sort of give the shape of the body so that I can work off of that in the 2D drawing, but also it's a really good tool to work off of in the 3D model as well. And then all you do is you just sculpt in all the facial details, like the nose, the face, you know, the hands, whatever, fingers. And then like from that base mesh, that's where your proportions come from, essentially. That's kind of the way I looked at it. It's kind of the way I did it. I hope that was simple to understand, but that's basically, still be second guessing. I mean, there's a lot of that in all forms of art, really. Like, just constant second guessing. I totally get that. Like, even with this a little bit, you know, it's hard not to second guess, like, oh, especially with, like, what I'm doing right now with the hair. And then even yesterday, like every single aspect of it, like if I put the hair in this specific direction, is it going to look natural, or are people gonna say it's like so far in the uncanny valley that like it's, you know, like to the point of creepiness? Because it's like, it's hard to tell looking at your own work kind of like this. And then like with the shoes, like, you know, if I put this specific, you know, shape here, is it going to look like a shoe, or is it just gonna look like clay? And at the moment it kind of looks like clay, but you just gotta remember I haven't done the texturing yet. I gotta give it the texture of fabric or rubber, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, give it a try sometime. There's some amazing tutorials out there, even if it's exactly based off of a tutorial. Like, as long as, you know, you still sit down and you take the time to learn it, then, you know, because I mean, at this point, so many people have said it to the point where it like sounds cheesy, but like it's really all it takes is practice. That's like the basic core of it. Is you just gotta take the time to just sit down and then just take it like one step at a time. Like yesterday, I did the shoes, and then that was my goal for that day. And then today is like, you know, the hair day. So like that was my goal for today. And then you just kind of take it one step at a time. And then eventually you'll have something that looks pretty decent. So yeah, that's my advice, I guess. I don't know. That's just kind of the mentality I'm kind of taking this all. Watching tutorials to learn is kind of tricky. So when you do, because yeah, when you do take off the training wheels, it's like, you don't know where to start, because like when you follow a tutorial, it's like exactly the way the tutorial told you how to do it. You don't really know how to like take off from there. And I totally get that. And I think a good way to do that is to sort of take the tutorial that you were watching and then just kind of do one thing to add to it to put your own spin on it. That's kind of how I'd go about doing that, I think. Like I said, there's still tutorials and like things for Blender that I don't know about that I would love to give a try someday. So, like, even if you're at a level where you're confident in what you're doing and you think you know what you're doing, there's still like so much to learn from like everything. There's you never stop learning with stuff like this, is I guess what I'm trying to say. That donut about to get a black hole, exactly. I mean, see, that's one thing. It's like, if you have an idea in mind that you want to put into action, like say for example, I don't know, this is a very weird example, I guess, but like say you want to learn some of like a physics simulations, like you want to make like a fountain or a waterfall or something. That's something that's a little bit more like vague, I guess, because you can make whatever like shape you want for like the fountain or whatever, and you can, you know, have the water going in whatever direction you want it to go, and then that's already your own creative spin on it. So I guess just thinking about it from that perspective kind of helps. I know I had a lot of fun just like looking at some of the tutorials for like the physics simulation in this and just making it do whatever I want, and just like playing with it is just so much fun. Like making clay in Blender. Exactly. But yeah, just have something in mind and then just like give yourself the opportunity to just play with it, I suppose would be a good way to do something. And then like, even if, cause making a character like I'm doing right now takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of like, does this look right? A lot of futzing, a lot of like, oh, does this hair strand look like it's floating versus like, oh, you know, is this look like it's in the uncanny valley? It's like, let's see, what was my point with this? Just like, it takes a lot of time and effort. So if you want to learn something like character animation, for example, I suppose what you can do is you go on whatever that website I mentioned earlier was, like modelersresource.com or whatever it is, and then you just take a game model from there and then go on a tutorial and learn how to rig it, and then just like play with animating that character before you go in and you know, make your own. Like, and then if you want to start making your own character, then there's tutorials out there for like, you know, sculpting and retopology, and then like, you know, there's like 10 million like different sculpting tutorials in that sort of like subset. And then it's like, you just, there's so much out there, you're able to just take it one step at a time and then just kind of go from there, really. And then at the end, you just kind of put it all together. I'm sorry if I've been, yeah, no problem. No problem for the advice. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm just like rambling, but I'm just trying to think of the best way to kind of learn something like this. Just kind of, I suppose my point with all of this is just kind of take it one step at a time. Have one thing in mind that you want to do, and then just do that, and then at least you'll have made something. To boil it down in a few words, I think that's kind of the goal of all of this. And in the meantime, we're actually almost done with the hair here. It looks very symmetrical on both sides, which I'm not sure how well I like that. So I might have to come back in there and do a little bit of adjusting. But for right now, I'm just kind of adding one more hair strand in the back, just to kind of finish it off. Let's see. Yeah, sure. This is what I got. And I mean, there's a little bit of, you know, you could still see the scalp there, but like I said, I just gotta leave it be because I'm gonna paint the scalp the hair color. You're not even gonna be able to notice that. But like, it's not bad. It's not terrible. Like, I was able to cover up most of the things I wanted to cover up, and there's still, like I said, a little bit here. It'll all be hidden. And then, yeah, I'm just working on this sort of back strand here just to finish off the back of the head there. But yeah, when I mirrored it, it kind of mirrored exactly the way that I wanted to, even with the hair strand that kind of goes over here. This chin a little long? Like, how do you mean? Like long going down like this, or long like coming forward? Because I can definitely tighten up his jaw a little bit from the side. Like if I were to just like do this maybe, like just to pull it back. Hair look good. Hell yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Actually, I'm gonna undo that because, well, I think it is affecting both sides. I have X symmetry on. I'll just kind of take this middle bit here. Maybe I can pull it back just a little bit. Oh yeah, no, it's no problem. I just I mean, even if you're like quote unquote not experienced with art or anything, like any advice is good advice, because that's, you know, the general audience that I want to market this towards basically is just, you know, people who like playing video games, because that's what this is going to be in the end of the day, is a video game. So I want the character to look as, you know, natural to look at as possible. So I'm thinking maybe something like that. Yeah, look, actually, you know what? That does kind of look a little bit better. Not gonna lie. Maybe the chin can just come out just a little bit. I'm not gonna be too nitpicky with it. Maybe like that. There we go. That's a bit better. All right, I'm gonna work on this back strand here. I just kind of want to give it a bit of a twist. And then we'll just, there we go. Kind of put this right in the center there. I'll just make it really long and really wide. Should have made some Crimson Chin jokes before I told you, just to really throw me off. Be like, why you talking about the Crimson Chin? Yeah, there we go. And then maybe, as far as these curves go, maybe we can, there we go. Just sort of come in here and just bring them a little bit to the side like that. Let's kind of bring this in a little bit more. Also, oh boy. Ooh boy. And then I just gotta kind of make this strand a bit bigger. There we go. How's that look? That looks better. I just got to do the same with the other side. There we go. Just like that. And this can be wider. Perfect. There we go. This could come over this way a little bit. And I think we got some pretty good hair going. Not gonna lie, this ain't look too bad. There we go. I'm just gonna turn off rendering. Nomura be jealous? Dude, exactly. I'm just gonna turn off rendering for all of these curves here and just hide them. Not that it's gonna do anything, I just like to designate what things are actually gonna be part of the model and what things I just use to control the shape of things. We could just kind of hide that collection anyway. And we'll just kind of plop it in there just to organize things a little bit. And there we go. That's the hair done out of the way. I did not paint the top of the head yet. Actually, I can add that to the to-do list. Top of head. And there we go. Let's see, how long have I been going? Hour 48. I think I might end the stream here. I know there's a few things that I want to get done in the middle of the day as well. So yeah. I consider painting my head if I start balding. That's almost what I might want to do. Just I could either go the George Costanza route and just get a toupee and just have a hair hat, or I could just paint it. Also, yeah, I'm gonna get going. We still have our to-do list here. There's not much left that we have to do. We also have to combine all of these pieces and make them into one object and then sort of give that a texture. But yeah, we'll work on all that later. It's mostly just texturing and then just finalizing the rig that we have to do here, and then we'll have a finished character pretty soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably be on again on Friday at around this time. And yeah, so true, exactly. But yeah, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you then.